We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 22-yard line.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Well, this defense for the Bills, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later. Let's make these babies cry.
Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
We all saw the talent, the big plays in Minnesota, but Stephon Diggs really elevated his game in Buffalo last year. Led the NFL in catches with 127. There's another one right there.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
43.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Allen going to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Bills, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
On 2nd and 2, Tua dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Tua now on 1st down. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy. Here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Long. And this won't be enough. A good secured tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So on 4th down, the Dolphins' new punter for 2021, Michael Palardy, on to punt. As he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. This is taken at the 15. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To the air, Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Allen now on 1st down. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. No score after one on EA Sports. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Play action. Allen hit. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. Touchdown, Bills. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Looks like a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone. Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue. I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time,
It's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
No, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. 23 yards the pickup there.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on 1st down. Singletary, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Here's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Jerry Hughes able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Allen. Looking for Beasley. Got him on the slant. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go right back to Singletary. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 10. First down, Buffalo.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Singletary. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, this is Beasley. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
Jerome Baker, Dolphins leading tackler in 2020, in on the stop there. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From just shy of midfield, Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, you might want to get out of the way.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Singletary trying the left side. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Allen off the bootleg.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, Johnson.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now Zach Moss played prep ball 8 miles from here in Hollandale Beach.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll go again here with Moss.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Matt Hawk now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base...
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, 72 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Sanders now to kick this one away.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Come to the line to start their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Three yards remain for 2nd down.
Singletary again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. On the handoff, running left, Singletary. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second and 11.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he's got his man here, Beasley. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Cole Beasley with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Bills are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
Dolphins 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
I'm going to come back to you.
Two and now on first down. Finds a seam inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Dolphins. Will Fuller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
So a turnover there on the kickoff, and don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On second down, Johnson. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on fourth. Leading the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Singletary, room here to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now Allen. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Tua's throw taken in here by Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
They try the left side with Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Tua.
Finding some room at midfield. He's got to complete to Waddle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Tagovailoa.
Another catch there for Waddle. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Now Tua.
Flush to his right, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jerry Hughes in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. There he goes right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Buffalo, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll drop to 0-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.